Hi, my name is Sue Childress, and I play flute with the Lake Geneva Symphony Orchestra. And I'm here to teach you a kind of fun trick on the flute today. Do you know it's actually possible to play more than one note at a time on the flute? It's called multiphonics. In other words, multi-sound, phonic sound, okay? And so I know that's something that usually piano players do and guitarists do it, but in this one special case that we can do as well on the flute. So let's start out by fingering the note F. So thumb, 1, 2, 3, your fourth finger, and your E flat pinky is down. Now what we're going to do is with your free fingers, your fifth and sixth fingers, we're going to push down your trill keys. And it's actually a good thing because most of the time flute players don't want to use the correct fingers to play those keys. It's very awkward feeling, and they'd rather do it this way. But if you're playing high B flat, you have to use it that way, and then high B natural. So this teaches you correct placement for those fingerings too. So what we're going to do is play two staccato quarter notes like this. Can you hear the two different sounds? Now if you blow too hard, you'll only get the F, and if you blow too soft, you'll only get the D. But if you play it just right, you can get both notes. Now, that's kind of an interesting trick, but what can we do with it? So what we're going to do is play F down low, and then we're going to slur up and play those two multiphonic notes. Okay, and yeah, that's a little better, but what else can we do with it? So this time we're going to play third line B flat, and then slur up to our multiphonic note. Now do your F. Kind of a background part that you would play on the piano. Well, let's make it a little bit more interesting besides, and let's play a bass line lead into it. So let's play a low F, G, A, and then we'll go into our pattern starting on the B flat. And that's actually called an ostinato, which is just a fancy word for a repeating pattern. But that's what backgrounds usually are. Now, can we add something to it? This is in 3/4 time, and so we have to find a melody that's in 3/4. And probably most of you know My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean. So one thing that you need to do is like, well, okay, now where's the music for that? I want to play that. I'm not going to give it to you. One thing that you should try to do early on is to try to play a melody that's familiar by ear. It's something that jazz players do quite often, and as flute players and classical musicians, we often ignore that until we're too far along, and then we don't like to take the chance on it anymore. So the first two notes are F, top line F, and then the high D. And if you start there and try to figure out that tune by ear, you would be actually doing something else that's very beneficial for flute players, is to try to figure out a melody by ear. Now, of course, you can cheat and Google it and probably find it. And maybe you'll even find a better song that would go with that you could play a duet. Maybe you have like an a cappella app or something that you can put the parts together. You could also do it in 2/4. So if you want to find a melody that's in 4/4 or 2/4, you can use that background pattern too. So hopefully you enjoyed having a new trick to learn on the flute, and maybe you'll play some music by ear and give you something to do during this time when it's hard to practice because we don't have a concert coming up. One of the things that the Lake Geneva Symphony does is we do a lot of education. And so we're trying to reach out with some videos to teachers and to students right now and give you some new ideas and some masterclass information on a personal level. So hopefully you'll enjoy this video.